All right, what's going on, guys? We are live. It is Saturday, and oh my gosh, this screen is out to lunch here. Can you guys hear me all right? Voice, sound, everything coming through okay? So weird now. I have different screens happening for the other platform as well. Is that when I switch to the other one and go back, I end up with like 15, 20, 30-second delays. So I don't really know. Like, that's only on the YouTube side. It seems the other side, the Kick side there is like totally right in line. Like everything's like nice there, so that's interesting. But I don't know, YouTube seems to delay around back a little bit. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call, see who we got here. We got a big red panda mining raid, so awesome. Thanks, Panda, for sending everyone out. If you're still here or not, maybe you had things to do. I gotta run to town and not too long either, so probably won't be able to go for too long, but we'll see what happens. So, what happened to my chat? My chat's all weird. But we got Guziak. What's happened to Guziak? What's going on? How come I can't scroll the way up? I know there was more comments before that. We got Skirm here. We got the Pirate Skirm again. Patrick Murphy. What's happening? Sadie sometimes. Sarushu Manaparuma. Oh, here we got Mr. Budweiser. Let that run through there. Fully Electric in the house. Spaceman, what's happening? Mind some. Red Pots is here as well. Zip Pirate, I think I already said that. Scrolling through, Fully Electric, I believe I said, maybe I didn't. Greater Good Mining, what's going on? DIY Adventures, what's happening? Lil's Indicator, what's going on? Best YouTube, howdy, what's happening? First Time 13, what's going on? Scroll. Oh, it just jumped on me. Yeti's in the house, just looking around. Hey, I know that image. Just looking around. I know who you are. NYC Miner, what's going on? And going to the other one, I do see Rud Putz is hanging out on the other platform as well, so awesome. So XP1, welcome. You just showed up. I see you. Hash Force is there. So what's going on? It's Saturday. We're doing our live stream here. So a few things happened the past little bit here. Last night sometime, we know the Kaspa reward did drop. It happens every single month. Now, you can call it a reduction, you can call it a halving, you can call it whatever you want. But what happens here, it's not actually a halving every month, but the block reward in Kaspa does reduce every month, and it actually works out to a full halving, a 100% halving event every 1 year. So for this time next year, we'll be rewarded, or our rewards, the block rewards, will be down exactly half next year at this time, and vice versa every month. So every single year, the Kaspa rewards do actually have a full halving rotation, but it's just done so in small increments over 12 months and small reductions every single month. So that actually happened last night, and we're starting to see some things happen here. So I'm just going to jump into my KS0 currently right now. So last 24 hours, I'm down to 1,083 coins. So I didn't really notice this at first. I noticed a bigger drop yesterday. So yesterday we actually had the previous before yesterday. So the network hash rate has slowly been going up, going down. And usually I was sitting around 1480 to about 1550 coins per 24 hours. And then yesterday it actually dropped to, I noticed, 1120 or 1140 or something. And I was looking, I was like, okay, yeah, so the hash rate usually hangs out for the past month or so around 1.09. It peaks to 1.2 at times petahash. And then yesterday I seen it actually went to 1.48 petahash. So I noticed a big drop in yesterday's by like a couple hundred Kaspa just from the network difficulty alone on the hash rate coming online with all these ASICs, second batches shipping, and so on. And now we have the reduction. So now we still don't know the full, how much it's actually going to affect the rewards till we see a full day here. But on top of the hash rate increasing and that block reward reduction, we're seeing some drops here, and I'm currently down to 1,082 now. I think actually it just updated. I did have my spreadsheet set up here if I can find the right button. So let's see if we got it here. Oh, there we go. First try. Awesome. I'm having a good luck day today. What's going on here? I have this set for the KS2 right now. Let's adjust this back to the KS0 here. So I'm just going to copy this in, put them all in, and here's just kind of this is what to expect with the block reward reduction on the KS0. If everything remains as is, no extra hash rate or anything as of right now. So about, what is actually that? 1.45. So it went down. Now it's back to 1.09 here. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Look at this. So now we're at 1.09. When the stream started, we're at about 1.5 something. And when I set up all my numbers, we're at about 1.48. So this is bouncing around quite a bit. You know, things going off on. You know, mining pool stats might be way out of whack too as well. You know, we don't really know what's going on there. But based on a network hash rate, 1.48 petahash, which is what it was this morning. Here is last month, June. So yesterday, this is right now, July is where we're sitting right now with the block rewards, all the way to December. I have the reduction happening. So if the price stays exactly the same, the network hash rate stays exactly the same, which we know is not going to happen. But this is the reduction we'll see on just the block rewards alone. So, you know, 1208 based on this would be yesterday, 1208. 1144 is what this KS0 will be seeing now for the next month based on current network conditions. Then that'll drop to 1079, 1019, 962, 908, and by December we'll be down to 857 coins if the network hash rate doesn't move up at all. This is impossible because a whole bunch second batch of shipping, people are getting them in, they're turning them online, a whole bunch of people are getting KS1s, KS2s, and in about 2 weeks we're going to see the Ice River KS3s start to kind of emerge. Now it says 50. Let's actually go to Ice River and see what it's saying right now. Ice River did tell me they're still looking on schedule. Other people are thinking it's going to be delayed quite a bit. Obviously, we hope they are. But, you know, it does sound like as of yesterday that things are still on schedule. So we'll see what happens here. Click, engage. What's going on? Open, shop, something. There we go. All right, so here is the KS3. Let's look at that. Let's see if anything's changed here. Wow, what's going on my website? Something's happening. All right, so it's looking July 15th to July 30th is when these should ship. So when do you guys think these are going to ship? Is it going to be the 15th? That's actually next Saturday. So it's either probably going to be Monday or maybe Friday. And who knows, maybe some people might even get them early if they got inside connections. But starting July 15th to July 30th, we'll start seeing this first batch begin to ship. And then once that happens, like I don't know how many miners they actually have, but you know, a single machine is 8 terahash. 8 terahash, a single machine. That's crazy. Insane. So we're definitely going to see some hash rate increases happen across this when that happens. So, you know, what are we going to see from Ice River alone? I don't really know, but expect that hash rate to start increasing very, very fast in the next couple weeks, which is then obviously going to be dropping these rewards quite a bit. You know, we're still looking decent profitability. Now, the KS0, I did do that video the other day about actually, is it right here? It's right here. So we could actually see it all right here. Price per gigahash, your difficulties, and so on. Now, obviously, you know, when it comes to the KS0, I like to think of the KS0 as the gold shell miner. This is the gold shell Kaspa miner, which then leads me to something else. Now, I did notice, I wonder if Gold Shell is actually making a Kaspa miner. I don't know. I'm up in the air. I'm making this crap up right now. I swear. I'm just letting you guys know I'm making this up because I don't know if they're going to. But I did see Coin Mining Central fired out some emails and stuff about Gold Shell releasing a new thing. I emailed Gold Shell. I'm waiting for them to answer because I haven't heard them work on anything. So I'm like, I actually just emailed them. I was like, hey, you guys plan on working on anything? Is there any news you guys got going on with the company? Like, what's going on? You guys have been like radio silence and like dead for the past few months here. What's going on? And then I seen the Coin Mining Central email and they say a new Gold Shell miner is emerging, but no one knows what it is. So I'm just speculating. Could it be a Kaspa miner? Could we have a mini gold shell Kaspa miner? I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Who knows what the performance will be, but I'm just speculating. Like, I don't know if that's what it's going to be or it could be something totally different. I have no idea, but you know, maybe there's a possibility. But right now I consider the KS0 the gold shell miner of Kaspa per se, because it's just down to the fact that yes, it's the least hash rate, it's the most expensive price per gigahash, and it's the least efficient, but it's still coming down to only using 71 watts with the lowest entry fee into the Kaspa ASIC market. So that's a big seller. Obviously, as home miners, you know, we're not rich. We don't have 50 grand to slap down on a big bad boy ASIC and stuff, even though it's a lot better of a buy for the deal and everything that you get out of it, and they're more efficient. But when it comes down to it, you know, price is definitely a factor. And based on your guys' comments as well, you know, price definitely made it. Even though it was the worst buy of them all, it's still the cheapest entry in there, and it uses 71 watts. So it's not going to like bankrupt your power bill for running 71 watts. That's like a couple old style light bulbs or maybe like 10 LED light bulbs, right? Like you leave your house lights on, you know, it's the same thing. It's not going to make you go bankrupt. So, you know, the KS0 is definitely the thing out there, and it's also looking like it's going to remain profitable even if 5,000 of these, you know, KS3s from Bitmain release onto the network. So like, let's just take a look at this for an example. Let's go to 100 gigahash here. 100. Bam. Copy. Let's just paste 100 into all of these bad boys here. There we go. So like here we are for an example at 2 cent Kaspa, almost 2.5 cents here. 5,000 of these Bitmain KS3s emerge. This is for August block rewards. You know, it's still making 92 cents. That's 71 watts. You know, it costs 18 cents to run a day. So this is still a pretty profitable miner. It's getting 37 coins. So like, what if Kaspa hits $1? Could Kaspa hit $1 next bull run? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe. But if it does, you know, that's still $37 a day with 5,000 of these miners on. Now, I really don't think that we're actually going to see 5,000 miners of the KS3s online for like 6 months, maybe even longer. It's hard to say. Cadena, I don't even think they still hit that 5,000 miner mark based on the hash rate increases. People saw what happened, probably quit buying them. But, you know, Kaspa's a little different here. If we actually look into here, this is another interesting thing as well. That I didn't really realize it until yesterday. I was looking at this yesterday. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I was talking to Fully Electric. We talk about ASICs and stuff in DMs all the time. But this is a very interesting thing here. I was looking up and I was like, hey, you know what? This might not be as bad as Cadena. Look at Cadena. Emissions for 24 hours. Like, yes, the prices crashed and everything, but it's only paying $35,000 a day. $35,780,000 a day. And look at the hash rate absorbed. The KA3s are still slightly profitable, not massively profitable. Look at Kaspa, though. It's way up here. 416,000. It's like 11 times. It's paying out 11 times more than Cadena. So it could take 11 times more hash rate. Not hash rate because you can't, you know, base the algorithms, but hardware wise, people mining it, the hardware that's moving on to it can take a lot more than something like Cadena can because it's paying out way more. So it's going to take quite a bit to actually destroy the profitability on Kaspa, and it's been gaining more and more momentum. Now, initially, yeah, we're probably going to see some sell pressure. Things are going to happen on Kaspa, and you know, there's a lot of people gonna be like, I told you so, it's dead, it's done. But I really feel like it's probably going to recover after that. Once, you know, it all depends on who gets their miners. Like if someone buys a bunch of these KS3s and they mine crypto like I do, there's not going to be a dump because I don't care about the ROI. I care about using my crypto, buying food, groceries. So I only sell coins when I need to cover bills and stuff. I'm not just ROI, dump everything I got now, pay off my miner. I don't do that. That's not how I mine. But other people do think about it that way. So, you know, it also depends on who the miner is, what they're mining for, and what their purpose of crypto is in the first place on determining this. Now, farms that have to cover expenses and fees and stuff, you know, they'll you know, do some dumps and stuff like that. But I feel, you know, Kaspa might recover. It'll see initial dump 100%, but after that, it's going to recover. It's going to do its thing, and then who knows? The bull run's going to be very interesting because it hasn't seen a bull run yet with an exchange. So it's going to be a very interesting future for that as well, 100%. Now, what do you guys got going on here? You can buy what is that? 40,000 Kaspa with $1,000. Very true. Very, very true. Now, speaking of that, I actually wanted to go into one thing. Let's just do this one more time. So I'm going to hit the refresh button here. Let's take a look at here. Kaspa. So USD 999. So $999 is what this costs plus import fees and so on. So it looks like in order for this miner to cover itself based on, we're just looking at the website right now, you do have to take into account shipping fees and whatever else, and shipping fees, it'll vary depending where you buy your miner. So it's really hard to dictate, you know, someone could pay an extra $200 versus someone that, depending where you buy it and everything, you know, there's discrepancies depending on the websites, how they calculate things and so on. But, you know, $999 would be about 41,428 Kaspa coins, that would take the ROI. So I need to mine this right now at the current market conditions to cover $999. Now I just want to see where I'm at right now. Total paid, because this is the only miner I've had going on here. We're at 24,000. So we're over 50% right now. Yes, our rewards are dropping right now, but this thing is mined 24,000. It's been less than 2 weeks, I believe. So I did my 10-day update. We're sitting about the 50% mark or something. So let's just kind of see where I'm at here. So I just want to divide this. So let's just go 41,428 and subtract this, what we got now. So 24,021. So I got about 17,407 Kaspa coins needed until this thing, until this thing would technically cover its listed price. Then you still got your other expenses on top of that. Now, with that being said, let's say I shut this miner off right now. I'm at 24,021. And what if Kaspa hits, 20 cents? 20 cent Kaspa, that actually works out to be $4,804. So this thing actually ROI'd itself, 4.5 times if Kaspa hits 20 cents. So that's another way to think about things. You think about moving into the future, you think about bull runs, and all we need is 20 cents for a 4.5x if I shut this miner off right now. Destroy it. Gone. Unplug it. Wait for the bull run. Thank you. I just made 5x of whatever this miner costed. So, that's another way people look at crypto is, yeah, right now things are low. Things aren't looking good. You have no ROI. That's 20,000 years. But then again, a bull run hits. Oh, okay, actually, this thing actually ROI'd in only like 3 days because, the price went so high and I actually held on to my coins and I didn't sell any. So, that's another way to kind of look at, some of your mining earnings and so on. So very interesting stuff. What if KS0 dies before Kaspa hits 20 cents? Well, that's very true, but I just went through it. Like I could shut it off right now. And if it hits, oh, what do you mean? What if Kaspa dies? Oh, no, you're talking about KS0. Wait, let me read that again. I got to reread that one. What if KS0? Yeah, KF0. So, like I said, if it died right now, gone. I unplugged it right now, or it blew up, lit on fire, or whatever. I got 21,000 coins out of it. And if Kaspa hits 20 cents, that's $4,800. The thing was $999. So it's still a win for, what it has so far. So, right now, I'd be okay if it hit 20 cents. For sure. Definitely be okay if it hits 20 cents. But we'll see. We don't know what's happening there. We got buying some. Only shipping fees, second batch was great UPS for the win. Yeah, I heard those second batch fees. Or why is that though, fully? Is it same thing? You got them from Ice River, or is that due to the fact from the coupon codes you all got, or the coupon codes was dropped off and you got reimbursed that? I can't really remember how that all worked out. Did you get reimbursed from the initial price drop, or was all that added on to if you ordered again? Kind of like what Bitmain does. If you ordered the first time or pre-orders and stuff, they then give coupons and stuff for secondary orders and so on, and moving on. Kaspa will hit $3 to $4. Wow, fully electric thinks $3 to $4. Let me just redo those numbers. 21,000. Okay, let's just say, times, let's say $3. Okay, yeah. So I don't even want to say that number because that's insane. 24,000 Kaspa right now. If Kaspa hits $3, that's $72,000 from mining for 10 days. So, that's definitely going to ROI if I shut it off right now. Will it hit $3? Probably not in 2020. Actually, you know what? I don't even know. Maybe it will. Look at, FLUX. What did it do? 2022, 2021. No, early 2021. FLUX was only 2 or 3 cents, and it went to over $3. So, who knows? But then, you got to worry about market caps and coins and so on like that. But Red Putz has been a member for 17 months for the Alpha Pack. Let's go listen to Rabid and do what he said. That is Labo time next year for you. P.S. He will say don't do it, but just do it. Yeah, don't do it. Not financial advice. Anyway, straight for him. Yeah, do your own research stuff. Just looking around, I have an E9 Pro. It's useless on anything other than F Classic. Yeah, the E9 Pro. I absolutely hate that miner. That is one of the dumbest miners I've ever seen. Now, I know there's a lot of E9 Pro fanboys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, I shouldn't use that word fanboys. But seriously, think about this. What if I said, hey, I just made Wicked miner for Ethash. In Ethash ETC miner, this thing is 26 gigahash. It's about 2200 watts. This is a wicked miner. You go out and buy it and stuff. Now, a lot of people have been having a lot of issues. It's a pain to flash the firmwares back and forth, and you can't just do everything. You have to flash firmware to go from Ethash to ETC. You can't just swap it back and forth, on the click of a button. So that's a big pain right there. Number two, you can only mine Ethash coins with an epoch of 200 or higher. That means any Ethash coin that's new, the E9 Pro cannot mine it. That means Octospace, which is currently one of the most profitable. I think Elerium, which is a very small coin. Who knows what's going to happen? It could die, but in like any time. But at the same time, it's a lot more profitable than ETC and a lot of the other coins out there. So these new coins that are emerging on Ethash, they can't mine, and they're almost, I don't know, 45, 50% more profitable than ETC and stuff. So you're being limited on profits because you just straight up can't mine them as well. You can't mine ZIL and so on. And it's not even that efficient. Like, you got the X16s coming out. Yeah, they cost more in price, but they're twice the efficiency. They got more memory. They can click of a button, mine anything on any of those algorithms, and they can dual mine ZIL now as well. So it's almost a no-brainer to me. They're efficiency. When I look at a miner, I look at efficiency. And right when the E9 Pro released, I was like, wow, this is going to be sweet. Bitmain released a new miner. Then I saw the stats and I shut the page off from there. I'm like, I don't care if this thing was free. It's not worth it for me because it's not that efficient. It's going to use up too much power, and I'm going to be very limited because a lot of us home residential miners, we don't have unlimited money, unlimited power, cheap power, and so on. So we really got to pay attention to the power that we use and maximize our profits on the watts that we actually have available to us. So that's one reason I stay away from that E9 Pro. Now, if you have cheap power and a lot of infrastructure, it doesn't matter. Buy what's cheap. The E9 Pro is for people like that. Slap it into a farm, stack them all up, mine that ETC, your power's 2-3 cents, whatever. It doesn't matter. Then you can buy whatever you want for as cheap as you possibly can. But when you are a residential miner, 10 cents, 12 cents, 16, 40 cent per kilowatt hour, it matters. And you really got to maximize your profitability per watt, not just go out there and find something that's cheap. Just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's a good idea. Unless you plan on maybe running a scalping business for the bull runs, then you can buy whatever you can find for super cheap and then try and sell it later on at a huge markup. That's another thing a lot of people do as well. But yeah, I don't know. No real use. So I can see Kaspa with use today will pass FLUX. Interesting. Who are the Kaspa whales? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know who the Kaspa whales are, honestly. I never really looked into Kaspa much. I look at profitabilities, I look at blockchains, and I just kind of see, where's the hash rate at, where's the difficulty at, what's going to happen, what's about to happen, and just kind of make best case scenario decisions based on the information that's available. As for what any blockchain is doing, I don't really know. I don't follow that part of it. Some may go boom, some go mean that, but now, a blockchain could promise doing the best thing ever. But if investors don't see it that way, it's not going to do anything. The investors are what decide if a coin's going to pump or not the miners. We're out here stacking coins, waiting, hoping for our biggest bag to, hit the biggest gains. But we don't know what's actually going to do it because we're the sell pressure on the side things. We're mining what's profitable and hoping that something's going to explode. But it's up to the investors, the people that are buying these coins, to find the value in them. That's where it matters. As miners, we can talk and hype up the biggest coin we can possibly think of, but unless an investor thinks it's worth their time and money to go into it, why would I invest in that instead of Bitcoin? Why would I go into that instead of Ethereum? Why would I do that instead of that? These are the things you got to ask yourself. Is it going to pull an investor away from one of those pretty much guarantee wins versus a non-guarantee win? So, a blockchain can say they're the next best thing, but unless an investor thinks so, it's nothing. It's not going to pump as much as, us miners would hope it would. The exchange decide. Yeah. Wow, I would dance in the street if I got them at that price. Just get a 1,000-watt solar panel set and solar charge controller and inverter, and then the KS0 can be a reliable miner for the next couple of years. Very true. Very, very true. I feel due to the fact that it uses no power, we don't know how many miners are going to become available. Like the KS0, even on residential power, my power, like I pay 11 cents, and that's cheaper than a lot of other residential miners out there. But I feel even 11 to 15 cents, the KS0 will probably last for at least a year or so. I'm going to run the numbers. So I'm going to do the block rewards probably for the next year, or maybe all the way to the next bull run to the end of 2025 there. Maybe I'll just run every month worth of block rewards, and then we can slowly adjust hash rates as we start to see these big miners come on, and then we can definitely get a better idea of how long things may look. But until we actually get an idea of how many miners are going to jump on board, it's going to be interesting. And I remember, like, even with the KA3, like, how much was that mine when it first released? I don't even remember. Was it $15,000 or $20,000? Anyone remember when the KA3 released, what the price was on it? I don't remember at all. Oh, what? Wait, what just happened? Oh, freak! Oh yeah, YouTube's got the autoplay ads in between it, kind of like what Twitch used to do. I mine for 12 hours a day on solar and 48 volt 200 amp battery bank, pulling constant 2K watts. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Solar is definitely, it all depends. That's another thing too, though. If you have the room, yeah, solar, if you have, it's a little extra expensive. It will mitigate your power and stuff. The more expensive your power is, the better solar will definitely look for you. I'm in the middle ground where I don't even know if it'd really be worth it for solar or not. At 10, 11 cents per kilowatt hour, to get about 10,000 kilowatt hours, 10,000 watts worth of 24/7 use with the batteries and everything, it's going to cost me personally. Like, I looked into it, like, you can do it DIY yourself if you want to go off grid, but if you want to actually do the extra power, paying back to the grid, get paid for it if it's okay in your location. Like, I was looking into it, it's around $75,000 to $120,000 to get to the level that I actually want. Because, like, when I go solar, when I'm looking at it, I want 100% offset or nothing. Like, I can't feel myself spending $40,000, $50,000 and still having to pay the power company. So that doesn't make sense in my mind, because now I got a solar power bill on top of a power company bill, 50-50 type of thing. I'm like, no, not for me. I'm going all in 100% or nothing at all. And for me, $75,000, $120,000 or something for around 10,000 watts, that's 24/7. That's not just for in daytime. That's for your batteries and everything, because you got to have like an extra 3 times the amount of power produced than what you're actually using to charge batteries while you're doing that, so that you have enough battery room in the nighttime and so on. There's a lot of other calculations in there as well, especially when winter hits and so on. So you always plan for the worst case scenario, which here would be winter, because we only get like 7 to 8 hours of daylight tops in the peak winter times, maybe only like 5 hours, and the rest is nighttime. So that's the time frame you got to plan for, so you don't run into issues. You always plan for the worst case scenarios. That way, when everything's better, you're off. And it's the same thing for building CPU mining rigs and stuff. I see some people, they're trying to go all in on one coin. But what happens if something happens to that coin? What if too much hash rate hits that coin? Well, now you kind of screwed yourself, because now you can't really switch to another coin, because now your CPU sucks or something like that, right? So now you're limited. Yeah, it was a good deal at the time, but now it sucks. So what do I do now? So, like, same thing. I always plan for worst case scenario. When I tweak everything, I plan, and I build for something like random X algorithm for the CPU side. That way, if I switch to any other coin, I'm good on it, and I don't have to worry about a rig going down. If you're tweaking for VerusCoin, tweaking for Ghost Rider, tweaking for some of these other algorithms, and then you swap over and you have a farm or something, you've slowly been mining one coin, then you move over to something like Random X, all of a sudden you might have rigs starting to go down and things. So just like with solar, my CPUs, I always plan for the worst case. I tweak for the highest, most intensive algorithm, then I'm good on everything else. When I'm looking at my solar, I'm tweaking, you plan for worst case scenario, least amount of sun, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. You mitigate everything out of there, so you don't have to do things later. Once you have to revisit things and go back to it, that's going to cost even more money than originally planned, and so on. Do everything at once or slowly over time, but don't just get everything closed off where it's going to actually cost even more long term because you didn't plan for certain things. But I don't know. That I don't even know what that rant was really all about, but that's just me ranting about something as usual. Anyway, what do we got here? Can you share what happened with AAAWAVE? Did you rug them? So that's a funny story. I was going to make a video, but then I didn't. Okay, so if any of you guys have heard about AAAWAVE, so we know Pepe came out. Pepe was a meme coin. It pumped, it dropped, whatever. Scam coin, meme coins, scam coins, all these things. You know, the pump and dumps on the Ethereum blockchain. So then Pepe came out. GPU mineable coin, you know, it was profitable and all this stuff. I think it's still doing pretty decent, actually. It seems up and downs. But in the last week or two, I can't remember how long, AAAWAVE emerged. So AAAWAVE emerged. It's for CPUs. It's on the, what is it? It's on meme hash underscore AAAWAVE or AAAWAVE or something like that algorithm. Slightly different. It's got, who is it? Where's Viper? Are you still in here? You could probably explain this stuff. Just looking around. So I don't know how these algorithms work. Something about it's only a four nonce or something like that in the algo, so it doesn't make sense to move the GPUs. But if they move it to like 8 or 10 or 12 or something like that, then it'll become a GPU friendly. That's the dev side. It sounds like they might move to GPU sometime in the future, but right now, because it's so low, GPUs would absolutely suck on it. So it's a CPU mineable coin right now. So, you know, I was mining on it. People in Discord were talking about it. Join my Discord if you're not there. You know, all sorts of inside tips on what the newest coins are and all sorts of things that we discover and find and talk about. But so AAAWAVE, we were talking about this. We went to an EK pool, was the only pool available. It was not on mining pool stats or anything yet. And we're going through there. I was mining. A couple other people were mining. You know, I always go through my spreadsheets, look at profitability. And I was like, you know, it's supposed to be a lot more profitable. Like, for my farm, it was around $45-50 a day. It was pretty crazy. The price is obviously dumping down, but then I was looking, I was like, you know, I'm not getting the coins I'm supposed to be getting. So I went into their Discord and then I started saying, hey, what's going on here? First I start with the confirmation, like I usually do when I go to Discords and I'm researching coins for my spreadsheet, not what the coins about or stand for. I don't care about that. I always say that. I don't care what the coin's going to do, what they plan on doing. I'm just there to look for profitability and update my spreadsheet. So I'm going into them like, hey, things aren't looking right. What's happening here? My spreadsheet's off. I should be getting this amount of coins. I'm only getting like 50% of what my sheet is telling me. Is my sheet wrong? I got this amount for the daily coins emerge. This is my block times. You know, is something changing? What's happening? He says, no, that's about right. Maybe the difficulty's higher or lower and all this stuff. And I was like, no, like I have screenshots of what kind of how this conversation went through. But he's like, oh, the difficulty went up in this. I said, no, I'm basing everything off the high difficulty and everything. I'm not getting the rewards. So then Chad came into there and he was doing a spreadsheet as well. He's like, yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. Things aren't looking good. So we reverted it. And it turns out EK pool, which is also one of the top pools for Zeph, which we still have to test. You know, I'm speculation right here. I don't know if anything's going on there. But EK pool was stealing everybody's coins. The only pool was available for AAAWAVE, and they were taking 50%, well, 45% or something, but with like some massive pool fee. So that means half the coins pretty much that has been mined since Genesis, EK pool owned. They took everybody's coins. And then we're like getting into this, and the AAAWAVE dev, he tagged them. He's like, hey, what's going on? Can you answer for this? He wasn't answering. Then eventually he got banned. Then I was like, whoa. So we just, the only pool available for this coin just got banned and then shut down from the coin dev. It's like, what's going on here? So then everyone's working in the background trying to get a pool going, and the dev got a pool going. Chad has a pool going now as well. He's in Discord. He got his up and running. The pays are working. So as of last night sometime, there are 2 pools available for it. Nothing on mining pool stats yet, but that's pretty much what went down. We went through the spreadsheets. It looked like EK pool was stealing everybody's coins. We went to the dev and they got banned, and that's pretty much the story on AAAWAVE. Is kind of how that worked in a nutshell, I guess. Yeah, did that answer your question? But yeah, you know, it wasn't looking right. I was wondering what's going on here. I had to figure out, was my spreadsheet wrong? My spreadsheet is never wrong. It's always right within like 5 coins per day that I should have been getting. It's accurate, right? So, you know, something was definitely going on there, and I went up and we went in there, and that's what happened. So yeah, we went in there, started a fire, banned a pool, destroyed a coin. Awesome times. It's back now though. Oh, anyway, so there we go. That's that in a nutshell. Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, EK pool is also the top Dynex pool. EK pool, top Dynex pool, top Zeph pool, top a lot of pools, and we caught them stealing everybody's coins on AAAWAVE. their numbers are still looking correct though for the I haven't tested Dynex forever, but you know, when I was on Zeph on their pool for a bit there, the numbers were looking like about what they should be, but I haven't really tested it since the APEPI POW thing, because hash rate has been spiking across Zeph like crazy. And you know, what is it? Hashrate.no is still pointing Zeph as being a top coin, but you know, their numbers are out of whack. They're showing like 50% less power than what your CPU should be using. I don't know, their CPU chart's kind of out to lunch there. So if you are using that, and that's another thing that's kind of causing increased hash rates, I feel, is because people are thinking it's a lot more profitable than what it really is, and kind of being blindlessly led to their ultimate power doom. But you know, do what you gotta do. Always do your own research and check out your other things here. But you know, maybe they'll tweak it soon. I'm trying now. I do have that CPU mining profit calculator on my website, but the dev has disappeared for a couple months. I'm trying to figure it out on my own. I don't know if any of you guys know how to deal with APIs or anything. I'm trying to update it. I got a lot of the hash rates updated and stuff for some of the CPUs. I'm trying to do more testing for the CPUs. Like my 3900X, it's been a long time since I tested my 3900Xs on these. There's been a lot new miners emerging. AstroMiner for Dero wasn't even around when I tested my 3900X. So I got to do all that and update all those numbers as well. But when it comes to adding new coins and API fixes from some of the errors, I'm still learning and trying to figure that out on my own. But at the same time, I don't want to break what I currently do have working. So I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff there in the background. I got a lot of stuff actually I'm doing in the background. It's not just YouTube like stuff. But yeah, crazy things happening. AVN still looks kind of decent. Pretty decent. But yeah, now we kind of went through the Kaspa thing. Let's kind of jump to the CPU thing. I just finished saying CPU profitability. I never thought I knew it would come eventually, but the profitability is dropping, and it's dropping fast. And it's happening because a lot more people are starting to talk about CPUs right now, and we're actually getting close to the GPU type of level profitabilities, which is both good and bad for GPUs. One, GPU profitability is actually picking up a little bit, so that's good. But the bad thing is CPU profitability is dropping pretty fast because we're seeing a lot more, and botnets. A lot more botnets are coming on board. We're seeing a lot of these profit switching pools like Monero Ocean. C3 pool is ransacking some of these coins as well now, so that's pointing a lot of hash at once. So we're seeing a lot of drops, and we're still in a bear market, so it'll be interesting for the bull run. But with all that out of the way, let's move on to VerusCoin. Now, I don't know, there's been some hype lately about VerusCoin. I wanted to get Hawk because I know he's you know you're new into something, you're getting something, you're getting excited, and you're pumped. I feel that's Hawk right now. You guys all know Hawk Crypto. If you don't know his channel, check it out. You know, he's a funny guy, he's awesome. But he's pumped right now. He's getting into CPU mining. He's talking about VerusCoin. I know Max Voltage, he's getting more into VerusCoin right now. I think it was 3-4 months ago on a Misfit Mining Live, Max Voltage was saying, you know, he was asking to get more information about Verus because they slowly started talking about it. And I pointed him to my Discord mod, Fallon, because Fallon's been on VerusCoin for about 2 years, maybe 3 years now. I don't even know when VerusCoin first originally came out, but he's been on that coin for a very long time, and he's been saying it's going to do something, and it's going to do something sometime. And, you know, it's going to take time. They're slowly building it out, but it's going to do something. And the upgrades coming in now is very interesting. And we talked about VerusCoin, you know, a little bit, you know, last year before, and so on, but not so much. But, you know, a lot more people are talking about it now. So what's going on here? And it's definitely something to keep your eyes on, even if you don't even care what it's going to do or what it's going to do and prices pumping. But the profitability through block rewards is going to hit some crazy levels at times. And that's kind of what I mean here by watching VerusCoin. So where is my thing here? So there's been some updates and unupdates and slowly falling stuff. Let me just find the right screen here. So in my Discord here, we have the announcements coming in as they say them. So today was actually supposed to be the main release back to the ETH bridge as well as the PBAS reactivation. If you remember PBAS, it was about a month and a half ago. What they're doing here is pretty much people are going to start building their own blockchains on the Verus blockchain. I don't know the technical how it all works here. If you guys saw Hawk's interview with the VerusCoin dev, you know, check that out. But pretty much what's happening in a nutshell is you can now create your own chain, your completely own chain. It's not even part of it, but it's not, which is why I don't understand how it really works. But you can build your whole new blockchain instead of like, building a brand new coin out of something. You can build it on Verus, but it's its own separate chain altogether. And then at that point, if it's a mineable proof of work chain, it will become merge mined on the Verus hash algorithm. So think Litecoin and Dogecoin, but it's not limited to only 1 or 2 coins. So 2 months ago, a token was actually created on the Verus chain itself, and you guys might have remembered this. We were talking about it, where the block reward spiked. So what happened is the person that implemented this token, say example, someone built a Peppy Power, a Peppy on this, just a token, not the mineable coin. We thought a mineable coin was supposed to come then, and it was merged. It was just a token or something. So they paid a big fee to get it on the chain, right? So that happened. That big fee that got paid to implement that token actually got paid to all the rewards. Think Ethereum pre-1559. Right now, the normal Verus block reward is around 6 Verus per block. We saw for about 48 hours to 3 days, so 2 to 3 days there, we saw VerusCoin block rewards go from 6 VerusCoin upwards to 20, 30, 40, 50. I think there's a couple 60 Verus block rewards found, but for about 2 days there, because it didn't get all distributed, the funds all in one block, or that'd be a massive block. It happened over a couple days. They split it between the days there, so it happened over time and catered to more miners. So we're seeing massive increases in the profitability because the block reward just exploded from that fee. So now moving forward, they're re-implementing it PBAS again here for reactivation. There's a couple chains that's actually going to come out with a proof of work coin. So number one, we watch these block rewards and they're going to spike again to those same type of levels. We're going to see some big paydays happening on Verus. So this is why I'm saying all eyes on Verus here for the title. But moving forward, if it's a proof of work coin, which according to Hawk's interview there's 1 or 2 actually that's going to be emerging that he's aware of right now, and anyone can do this. So it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 proof of work on them, and all of them will end up being merge mined. So now let's just say you got VerusCoin mining, and now someone opened up proof of work 1, proof of work 2, proof of work 3, proof of work 4, proof of work 5. Now, even over time, the block reward is having, you're now mining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different proof of work tokens, merge mining style. That's Doge plus Litecoin at the exact same time. So it comes down to, it doesn't matter if, Verus block reward halves all the way down to pretty much 0.001. You're now merge mining 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coins at the same time. And you're getting the tax fees across every single coin at the exact same time. So this is huge potential for miners and earnings moving forward. Again, it comes down to, is this coin going to be good? Are people going to be using these other coins? And so on. So that all is an aspect. But the potential for doing this is this. And we talked about this in the past a lot. Like, we have Dogecoin and Litecoin are merge mining. That's why the script mining algorithm is so profitable, is mostly because of Doge, but you also got Litecoin in there. You're mining them both at the exact same time. You're spreading your hash rate. It's like you're splitting to both chains at the exact same time, but you're not using any extra power. Unlike GPU mining, where you're dual mining and all this other stuff, you're using certain aspects of your GPU, but you're also kind of increasing the power that you're using because you're trying to use so much more of your GPU. This is no extra power, no hash rate losses or anything. You're splitting your hash power to all these chains, and that's going to be happening on VerusCoin as people build on it in the future moving forward. So this could be huge potential mining gains coming from VerusCoin in the next couple of years or something. It's not just going to happen overnight. Overnight, we could see, like right now, we could be, VerusCoin isn't that profitable right now. I think it's about 8th or 9th place in my top 15 chart. I have a chart of about 30 CPU coins. I think it's in about 8th or 9th in profitability on my chart, but we could see it rocket like overnight. We could see that rocket to first place by quite a bit if one of these things all of a sudden, bam, they release, and then we'll have 2 or 3 days of huge blocks, and then obviously it's going to come back down to where it is now, and then we'll now begin merge mining too. So then that'll pick up a bit as we merge mine that, and then as more and more coins build on it, we're merge mining more together, and I don't know, it's going to be insane. So VerusCoin definitely has a bright future ahead of us, and it's all still going to come down to people need to build on it for all this to happen and all that. But all eyes on VerusCoin because it's going to be doing some crazy stuff moving forward. Hopefully I kind of said something like that ZF 60 Verus blocks. Yeah, like it got crazy. It's crazy. Will Verus go ASIC? I think it's resistant as far as, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure if they will become ASIC or not. I'm actually gonna have to mine it and see how that works. Like, not mine it, but get more information on the algorithm itself, Verus hash. I don't think it can go ASIC, but I can't guarantee that. So I don't know. I'll have to see. Do you think the 7551 Epic is good for Verus? For VerusCoin, yes, 7551. But that also rewinds me to what I said earlier about building for one coin, because I do see a lot of people building for VerusCoin. VerusCoin is not L3 dependent. It's not RAM dependent. It's very cheap to build for it. But if too much hash rate hits VerusCoin, or the coin doesn't do well, or something happens, you are screwed pretty much to mine anything else. The 7551 is cheap because it's not very good. In a nutshell, it doesn't have any L3 cache. RandomX, Monero and stuff needs 2 megabytes of L3 cache per thread to fully utilize each CPU. Ghost Rider needs 2 megabytes per L3 cache to utilize the CPU. The 7551, I believe it'll only be able to run if you have to move to like Monero, if you have to move to RandomX, which is what Zeph and stuff is on right now. If you got to go to Ghost Rider, Raptorium starts hitting new all-time highs again next bull run. Any of these things happen, your CPU will suck. It's not going to be able to mine those coins very well because you're only going to be using 25 to 50% of your CPU, even though you got like a 34 core, 64 thread CPU. You're only using half of that and like 34 threads out of 64 and so on. So, that's why I build for everything. And then if I only have to mine something that's not doing it, then I save power and stuff by doing that. But I make sure my rigs have the ability to mine everything, because I don't like splitting up my hash power. I don't like it. When I see something that's profitable, I'm like a shark. I eyeball it. My crosshairs are on it. I fire my farm on it. I suck as much value out of it as I can. Then I, sell it if I need to go get groceries or something. But that's what I do. That's what I look at things. So I make sure my farm has the capability to hit anything possible, which leads me back to the E9 Pro. That's another thing. It limits you on everything. Another reason why I don't like it. So I just want full availability and workaround that I can do that. If this happens on this coin, I can do that. If a new coin emerges, I have the ability to fully fire my hash at it, not be limited in certain areas or something. So, yeah. Hopefully that kind of answers your question. So, yeah, the 7551, it's an Epic CPU. Yes, it's a cheap Epic CPU, but it's not a very good one. It will be good for Verus. It'll probably be good for, like, proof of useful work stuff. But when it comes to CPU mining, it's a pretty horrible CPU. Red Putts, happy Saturday. What do we got here? Retro Mike Tech. Got you. Well, that's good to have all CPU coin. However, if they do make a Bitstream FPGA for it, will end up staying private all the way. That's a very true thing too. Retro Mike probably already has it. He's like, hey, I know something you don't know. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know much about the algorithm. Actually, Retro Mike, are you in here? You guys are tagging each other. Where's Retro? What's the algorithm like? I don't even know if is the possibility of FPGAs or even ASICs able to happen on Verus hash? I don't think it is, but again, I don't know. I don't know at all. That's a very good question that we should probably try to get answered. Because there's a lot of people trying to build straight only for Verus, and that's why I say, don't limit yourself to certain things just because something looks like a good deal. Try to make sure you're good for everything in case you have to. That's like buying an RX 580 because it was good on Ethereum. Actually, no, they're good on RavenCoin now, kind of in theory. But yeah, anyway, you know where I'm going with that. Ready my message above. Oh, Retro Mike, read your message above. Where is it? At Fully Electric, Bitstream was created in 2019. Verus team altered the algo within a week to keep Oh, there we go. So VerusCoin, they're bullish on CPUs. If something looks like it's going to happen, they say, see you later. So it looks like it's going to be safe for CPUs for a long time. And in theory, like, that's another thing early. Like, obviously we all know I've been mining with my CPUs for a long time. And it's an interesting aspect that CPUs are, that seems to be where all the privacy coins are, right? And when you speak about like a lot of decentralization, a lot of the CPU aspect comes into it, but we do have botnets out there, especially for XMR, the RandomX algo. You know, those are really hard to decide, but in theory, the most secure algorithm, if played right, would be on a CPU, because everything has a CPU. Everything. What computer do you know doesn't have a CPU? There's lots of PCs out there that have integrated graphics. You don't need GPUs, but every computer has a CPU. So in theory, there's a lot more CPUs out there than GPUs, but you know, you have the more issue that when you say everyone can participate, in theory, that's 100% true, because everything has a CPU. But yeah, I don't know. Even Verus devs mine it too. Yeah, even Verus devs mine it. Everyone's mine it. But yeah, you know, VerusCoin definitely has a big, bright future ahead of it. You cannot deny it now. I've been getting told this for the past 3 years, especially from Fallon there, my mod. He used to run the O11 data pool and stuff as well. He's thinking about putting his pool back up. I don't know if he's still going to or not. But yeah, he's been in VerusCoin for a long time now, and he's got a lot. But he's been saying, you know, for the past 2-3 years, you know, VerusCoin, it's going to do some stuff. Now I don't know that dev. He's the dev there. He's a pretty big name guy, I think. Like, he's from Intel, or where's he from? Retro Mike, you would know. He's from like a big company. Is it Intel that he's from, or something else? I can't remember. I always get this mixed up, and then you guys tell me, and then I forget again. But he has background from in a big company. So yeah. MS Microsoft. Was it Microsoft? Oh, he's from Microsoft. He created .NET in the 90s. Okay, so there you go. I got to remember that. I got to write that down. So he's from Microsoft. So that, you know, that's a pretty big deal. You think about it. Microsoft, you know, that's not a small company. But anyway, yeah. So he knows what's going on over there. But yeah, so VerusCoin, definitely something to keep your eye on the radar. I got to check over here. Is anyone on Kick there? What do we got here? Red putts all over the place there. Speaking weird languages. What are you talking about over there? I don't even know what you're saying. Crazy. So he's from Microsoft. So do we have any more out? It's written in assembly, so it's somewhat FPGA and ASIC resistant. FPGAs and ASICs can exist, but will have less efficiency than CPUs. Same reason why GPUs aren't good on it. All right, well, that makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of like you can mine on them if you really wanted to, but it doesn't make any sense. Just like, you know, you could mine Bitcoin on your GPU and CPU, just like you can still mine Kaspa on it. It just doesn't mean it's a good idea, right? Because, you know, the efficiency is definitely not going to be there. He's a great dev for resisting ASICs, my kind of guy. Yeah, that's very interesting. I wasn't aware about that FPGA thing came out and they quickly changed it. That's good. That's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. So that's going to happen in the future. I know Dero kind of did the same thing in the past. If any of you guys are familiar with Dero, it's CPU mineable coin too. But XMRig, when they're on Astro BWT version 2, XMRig actually released a miner for Dero, and from that, somehow I think FPGAs or something ended up hitting the Dero network from XMRig, and then Dero right away they forked over to the V3, which is what we're sitting on right now. And then I think there's some bad blood there now from XMRig and Dero devs or something because they didn't want it, and XMRig removed anything to do with Dero and said they never look at it again. So I don't know what's going on there, but you know, the Dero devs as well, you know, they saw this happen with XMRig bringing in this other hardware, and bam, they forked right off the get-go as well. So interesting. You know, some people are trying to, you know, stay away from do love CPUs. CPUs is definitely a great way to go about it. And like, it's hard to say. Like, I know depending who you talk to and who you ask, you know, some will say GPU will mine 1,000 times better than a CPU. An ASIC will mine 1,000 times better than GPU, and so on. You know, this is true and false at the same time. It all depends on the algorithm that you're on, which we finished saying here. VerusCoin, a GPU and stuff can mine them. An FPGA could, but it doesn't make any sense for it because they're not efficient. Same with RandomX. RandomX, if you try to mine that on a GPU or something, it doesn't make any sense. You can do it, but they just suck at it because they're geared towards CPU. So it's all based on the algorithm. Now, same thing for Bitcoin. You can really only want to run an ASIC because if you run your CPU or a GPU, it's not there. Now, if you try to run your CPU or something, or an ASIC on, you know, say FLUX or Ergo or something, you know, it's not going to work, or it's severely going to suck. Obviously, an ASIC's not going to work because it needs to be designed for it. And then a CPU is just going to be horrible and get, you know, totally no hash rate, even if a miner even exists. So it's all algorithm dependent. So someone just plain out saying a GPU is better because it hashes better is false. That's someone that doesn't really know how mining works. It's all based on the algorithm that the coin decided to go with is the hardware that can mine that coin. Time for an FPGA for FLUX. That'd be interesting. That'd be very I don't know if that's possible. You know, Retro Mike, is that possible? Can an FPGA hit FLUX? But I'm curious what FLUX would do if some, you know, they maintain they're for the miners, they're for GPUs all the time. So would they? You know, would they fork it into something else, or would they just let it go? That'd be a very interesting thing to see what happens there. I still don't know what's going on with Ergo. Wasn't Ergo supposed to be getting hit with FPGAs as well? But now everyone's saying it can't, and I don't know what's happening there. Retro, is there a bit stream for? I heard there's a bit stream for Ergo, but I still don't see it happening, or have happened. It probably is happening, but it's all hidden. Like, some people used to give me crazy numbers a few months back when the rumors were coming around that, you know, there were some FPGAs pulling some insane numbers on Ergo, but then it all just slowly died off. So I don't actually know what's happening there. FLUX wants FPGAs on their testnet once they decide to actually build their Cyrus nodes. They keep telling me in their work. That's interesting. It kind of makes sense too. Like, what about for proof of useful work? Like, you get one of those rigs and you think firing FPGAs would be good, right? Don't you? Like, you know, FPGAs are workforce built AI thingamajigger mabobbers, right? Aren't they? So you think that would almost be like the best hardware to slap into your proof of useful work rigs. But again, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Ergo Bitstream got paused because Ergo profitability isn't worth it. Okay. So in bull run time, we could potentially see, you know, some FPGA bit streams. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting for sure. I tag you and state you would like that. I tag you and state you would like that. Well, it is interesting. Like, it makes sense. I didn't know that FLUX is actually encouraging it. Like, that's totally a hit. Like, do people know about that? Like, do people realize that they're actually working for it? Now, is it only a certain aspect? Is it for only this one node? Or is it like going to be mineable FLUX with FPGA? That means we're going to be pointing our E300s and stuff at FLUX. I think that would make a lot of people mad, especially the way everyone's been pumping it and talking about it. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of the mining channels, you know, everyone's into it. I'm mining FLUX. I'm buying, this is my FLUX rig. This is this rig. This is that rig. If FPGAs can move on to that, you know, do they know about this? I had no clue, actually. But Kyla Coin got higher priority Ergo Bitstream. That makes sense. I believe that. Kyla Coin's looking really good, which reminds me, Retro, I got to put my E300 back on your pool because I did swap back over to Kaspa with the when the network hash rate dropped, and then, you know, the profitability was good, but we can see what's going on with Kaspa right now. I think Kyla Coin's probably the better alternative at this point. But yeah, so I'm going to be switching the E300 back over to your pool here again soon. I think you're just small there. Let's take a look at that. What are the current Kyla Coin pools? I know Viper has one, but they're the top pool. They're the top dogs, right? Yeah, they're top dogs. They don't. Sorry. Where is it? Just looking. You got top dogs. You got 74% hash. You're good to go. Here we got Retro. Retro's in third. 53. There you go. See, you guys are gonna mine some Kyla Coin. Check out Retro Mike here. Check out his pool. You know, that's where I'll put my FPGA. I do like Viper. Obviously, all you guys know that. Whenever I mine a lot of coins, it is on Viper.net. But we do see 74% of the network hash rate. We do got to decentralize a little bit, guys. We know this. So yeah, Retro. I'll be putting some over there. Probably today, actually. I'll do that. Tommy Coin. Kyla Coin is a simple algo. Oh, spread it around. See, there you go. It says spread it around. What do we got? Douglas Hand. What makes these coins more centralized by only a few big miners? I vote no for any coin to switch to FPGAs and ASICs. ASICs is a rough one. Now, FPGAs, yeah, I guess, but really there aren't really that many out there. Like, they are growing in popularity, but I still don't think are there that many? Retro Mike, you're an FPGA guy for sure. Are there lots out there? Like, I still don't think the availability is that large or anything. It's hard to get your hands on them. So, like, it's not mass influxes of hardware that people are really buying. FPGAs can provide stable hash rate. Okay, yeah. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to leverage in Taproot. Taproot. Oh, we just went through this. I asked you about that the other day, I think. What was that? I got to go back in the Discord. Oh, that was the ordinals thing. That was something to do with the ordinals. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. That was something to do with the Bitcoin ordinals. So I was thinking, is Kylocoin going to do that? Yeah, that's right. Now I remember. What do we got here? FPGAs can support stable. There are currently 40,000 VU33Ps on Kaspa. That's only one FPGA chip model. 40. Oh, really? Like, oh, I guess you can get that from the miner dev stats type of thing. They can give away that info, huh? Yeah, it's interesting to know. 40,000 FPGAs though. That's just the VU33Ps, and like I got the E300, so that's 3 of those, and so on. But yeah, that's another thing we got to keep in mind. Like, what do we got here for? Okay, that's the Kaspa stuff. Actually, I want to go back in the HiveOS stats. I want to see what HiveOS stats is looking like. HiveOS stats. Hive on statistics, is that it? Yeah. So is this still? Yeah. Look at this. Like still. Look at the GPUs. Kaspa is still the largest algorithm on HiveOS. Now HiveOS isn't dominant. A lot of people use Windows, but we can't argue the fact that HiveOS is very popular when it comes to miners. And most of their GPUs, the highest percentage, is sitting on Kaspa still. So we got to keep these numbers in mind when all those ASICs do start hitting. We have those FPGAs, like I just finished saying, I'm going to move it on the Kylocoin now because we know what's happening. The network hash rate is definitely going to be picking up. These GPUs got to move also. They got to move to other coins. Dynex, all these other coins, they're going to see a bunch of hash rate coming in as well. And if it's an FPGA coin, you're going to see FPGAs hit them. So we're going to see hash rates just kind of going all over the place. Kaspa is a pretty big, it's not a major coin, it's not an Ethereum level coin, but it's a big coin, and it's still profitable for some people on GPUs. And we just saw that most GPUs, the highest percentage of a coin mined right now in Hive on GPUs is Kaspa still. So yeah, interesting stuff. Hashforce, very good point. What Hashforce say? What do you say? Profits can provide stable hash rate. Yeah, that's 100%. Profits definitely provide stable hash rate. But we got to look into the size of these coins. The size of the coins is what matters. Like, a coin can only do so much. It needs investments and people to buy it. So if it's only paying out an X amount of money, it can't support that much hash rate. And just the level of a lot of these coins in general. Like, where do I have my... Here's the GPU side. I haven't updated this for a while, so I don't know how accurate it is right now. But like, we can look at Ethereum here. We can see Ethereum. This was like merge day. The price was $1,635. $21.9 million. $21.9 million. Frickin' Ethereum was paying, and this wasn't even a bull run. This is the markets were dying at this point. We were on our way down, leading into that bear market at this point, and we're still, $21.9 million per day is what Ethereum was paying. And like, we look at these Kaspa, we count out at this point. ETC is still kind of in there, but I don't. Oh, it's up. That's actually up in price now to 18 or 20, so that's up. Conflux is decent one, but we can just see the level of these coins are quite a bit smaller there to kind of have in there. So I did do some things, like, no example, like, where's Flux? Flux is one of the main talked about coins right now for GPUs and, running into that proof of useful work and everything. Do I have it in here? Where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I lost it. Flux, where are you? All right, I lost it. CPU coins. Oh, here it is. Here's Flux. What's the current price right now? Let's just have a quick peek at the current price of Flux, just so I can see where it's sitting at right now. So Flux. 42.5. 42.5. Bam! Wow, is that true? 10,000? That can't be right. That's out of what? That can't be right. $10,000 is all Flux is paying right now, based on this block reward. That's not very much. That's not very much at all. I gotta redo that. I don't know if my block rewards are right or something. I redid my block rewards for Flux somewhere, but I don't know which sheet it was actually in. 7 Ethereum, Kaspa ASICs, Zill, Smart Nodes. Is it in this one? Maybe this is the one I did it. Flux. 22, what I got there? 22. 25. Crap, I don't remember what the heck I did. I had the 9th parallel asset added into one of these, but I don't know which one it is. That's close to S, CPU coins, Doge miners, SIA, ETH, ETC. I don't know. I have to redo all those and figure out exactly where we're sitting on things. Kaspa is so popular because it pays out, and that's very true. Hash Force, 100%. That's well, yeah. You know, for on the miner standpoint, that is exactly why Kaspa is so popular among miners, because it is. It's paying out so darn much money, which we just saw right here. Let's go to ASICs. No, not ASICs. Kaspa ASICs. Look at that. Look at how much money it's paying out. So as of right now, $419,000 is what it's paying right now to miners. Huge. That's a huge amount. That is a massive amount that it is actually paying out compared to all the other coins. The other coins are fractions of even Kaspa. So exactly, you nailed it. Kaspa is popular for all of us right now because it is paying out so much. It has the ability to absorb a lot of hash rate. I used to have 20 of them, but sold a lot of them. LR19, yes, they got 8 gold shell ST boxes in it. I think that's correct. For you think that is? Yeah, maybe it is correct for like that. Just seems way low. I thought it was at least a little bit higher than that, but maybe not. Maybe not. Like, and yeah, where is? Let's just do this again. GPUs. So Flux, for an example, I think it has another halving. 2025 is another Flux halving, isn't it? So we're actually gonna have a reduction of block rewards again. And, you know, okay, this is the auto one. So I just want to put in, let's just, I don't know, $200 Flux, 4.5. So Flux at $200 is about 4.5 million. So that's pretty good. Huh? Will it hit $200? Probably not. You know, it's $20 Flux. So Flux at $20 is paying about what Kaspa is right now. Yeah, Flux hits $20. They'll be paying about the same as what Kaspa's paying to its miners right now. So Flux at $20. If Flux hits $20, we have another Kaspa. Awesome. Let's do it. Will Flux hit $20, guys? Any takers? Flux at 20, on par with Kaspa now. Oh man. I thought I read on new firmware it could. What? ASIC miner value page is wrong. It can't mine Sumo. What are you talking about? Which miner? What will be ST box? 2? I bought. Maybe in the bull run. Yeah, maybe in the bull run. Will it hit 20 in a bull run? I don't know. Maybe. You know, hopefully. You know, it's not that I'm hating on any of these coins. I hope they all pump. I hope every single coin goes 1000x. You know, that'd be awesome. Because then us as miners be living the dream again. But no, it's gonna be tough. LR19, I never tried that coin. Most of my miners are on DX pool, ST box. You look at the ST box, that's ASIC miner value. Let's have a Pixie. ASIC miner value. What time is it? Oh my gosh, we've been here for a while. I forgot I had to go to town. ST box. ST box. Okay, that's not showing up. What the heck are we looking at? ST. What is this thing? Z15. Equihash. That's not. No, that's not Flux. That's what algorithm does Flux use? Equihash 125. For a second, I was like, what the heck? Is there a Flux ASIC out now? But no, that's not Flux. That's slightly different. Imagine that. Imagine when ASIC smashed out Flux. Oh my gosh. There's going to be a lot of mad people. Let's just start with that. ST box. There it is. This little guy right here. This one we're looking at. ST box. Do I have one of these? I don't think I do. Sumo coin. Sumo. So that's what you're talking about. Does not mine Sumo. Crypto Knight R. Star coin. Lethian. Sumo. I don't think I have a ST box. I'm not sure. I got to look through my trash pile. See if I have one of these little boxes. I don't know which ones I got. KS3 already down to $2,300 or 20 what? Let's take a look at that. Back. L3. Oh yeah, KS3 2380. Yeah, nothing even happened yet. You know, it's still a lot, but nothing really happened yet. Craziness. It's gonna be very interesting times. What else do we got here? What is this? What is this? iBox. You got the brick, the G1 Mini, Cuckoo, 0.5 cents. Wait, I'm at 11 cent power, not 12. It'll look a little bit better. X16P. Is that a glitch or is that real? $22 on the X16P? Is that? I think something just glitched out. What's happening here? It's only showing ETH hash and what? Forest miner. Is this new? Is this a new forest miner? No, that's not the new one. No, that's an old one. Okay. K7. Is this right, guys? Is the K7 really up to here? No, I know the X16Q is real. Yeah. Or the P, I mean. The P, yeah, this is a real miner and everything, but is this profitability real? I didn't punch anything in. Yeah, that's interesting. The Q is looking $7. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Like, I don't know. I'm bullish. Like, the X16s, like, they're very profitable per watt of power. Like, you cannot argue that. Like, they don't use any power. I think they're at 2 gigahash now, not 1.95. But maybe it's 1.95 average. But like, seriously, 620 watts. That's crazy. That's like no power at all. Where's the E9 Pro? Oh, it's right on. No, that's E9. Where's the E9 Pro? Oh, it's up here. 1157 after power, it's saying. But what's it mining? ETH hash. I wonder what coin it has it on, because I don't think Octaspace is actually on this. So I think we're probably over the profitability of the E9 if we look at different coins that we can actually mine. What do we got here? Any other cool stuff happening? A10. Whatever happened to the A10? It's still profitable. A10 Ethmaster is still making 38 cents. That's insane. That's crazy. Never would have thought of that. 500 meg. How is that profitable? That can't be right. That means a GPU would be profitable in theory. Look at 500 megahash. No, actually, no, this is better than a GPU, but 500 megahash, 750 watts. It's using more power than hash rate, and it's profitable. Something's out of whack here. There's something not right on this website right now, I don't think. So it just, like, as soon as I went to 11 cent here, the entire thing changed. Usually it just, goes up like maybe a couple cents with the same order, but like it totally changed the layout of all the miners. So there's something's glitched. I feel something's broken. Yeah, all the numbers are way off. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on there. See, that's what I thought. Like, what is happening? Those don't seem right. It just boom, out to lunch all of a sudden. It's crazy. So the X16P shows you $7 for you. Okay, let's take a look at that. We can do that right now and look at this. So, Jazz Miner, Apollo coins. Yeah, we're gonna go into this. We're gonna go into here. Let's see if I have a proper one for this. Nope, not that one. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I got this one. So we're gonna do some update. Let's take a look at the P. Let's see what the actual P is. So what is it? Oh, great. What is that thing hash at again? ASIC miner X16P 5.8 gigahash. All right, 5.8 gigahash. We're gonna go into here. So 5800 megahash. We're gonna copy this, paste it all in here. Bam, 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 bam. All right. So this is all gonna be obviously before power. Now we just got to do some updated numbers here. So Metaverse, let's see what Metaverse is currently looking like. 13.4 gigahash. 13.4. What are we at here? 13.4. Oh, crap. I got something out of whack here. 13.4. I'm going to need my hash power calculator. 13.4 gigahash. 13.4 gigahash into the mega hash. Engage. Bam. Okay, that profitability, that definitely dropped. So what's the current price? 00844. 00844. All right, so that's about $17 before power. Octospace is now sitting at, what do we got here for Octospace? 1.68 terahash. 1.68 terahash with a price of 24 cents, so up a little bit, 24.2. So that's at 16. Wow, Metaverse is actually making more than Octospace right now. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Quirk Chain. Quirk Chain's hard. I don't really know what's going on with Quirk Chain, I don't think. Quirk Chain has, yeah, 2.11 petahash, but 45 in pools. I think it's a staking thing. So I base it off the pool hash, which is 45.38, but I don't know. 45.3 there. And so that's at 18. We got the new price. 00836. 00 down a little bit. 836. Let's take a look at ETC. Update the ETC thing. We are at 143.5. 143. So we're down a little bit in hash rate. 143. We'll go 0.55. Price 1883. All right, FW, what are you at? FW. All right, 1488. FW 1488. So it's up a little bit in hash rate. As for the price, $1.91, down in price. And then we got Illyrium here, Illyrium, whatever this is called. 42.39 gigahash, 42. Whoa, it's way down. 42.39. That's not, I don't know if that's right. I'm just going to put this in. 43.29 mega hash. Yeah, I think that was right. Okay. Bam, put that in there. Maybe a little off. Now we need price of 00966. 00966. Bam. All right. So now we're going to sort this out. What's the most profitable coin before power? So it looks like Quirk Chain, if that's right, is the most profitable coin to mine on the X16P. Metaverse is in second. Illyrium, Octospace. Now you see this? Now here's what I get at. See these three coins here, which are all more profitable than ETC? The E9 Pro cannot mine any of these coins right here. They can only mine ETC, FW, ETF, and so on. So the E9 Pro, like we're seeing, you're stuck with, well, not $12 a day, but the hash rate's less. You see where I'm going at, though. But these four coins here are more profitable than ETC and FW, but you're limited with not even being able to mine them on an E9 Pro. So, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, FW, never really seen much. There's still obviously more. There's more ETH and ETC coins out there. These are the main coins I've been following for profits because I always find all the other ones never really do anything. But yeah, not Quirk Chain. Again, I'm up in the air on Quirk Chain. I don't know what's going on with its hash rate. So let's just look at this again. Maybe you guys know about Quirk Chain. I don't. I gotta look into it to fully get this. But you can see the net hash rate on the pools is 45 gigahash, but the network has 2.1. Now, if this is something like Pulsar, I don't know if they're doing a staking service or something. All that hash rate is probably from staking or something, but it's being calculated as the network. So I'm thinking that's what might be going on here because it is a massive difference from 45 gigahash to 2 petahash. So I'm thinking it's a staking service that's going on here, but I don't know. Do you guys, if you guys know, you know, let me know what's actually going on with this quirk chain. This is like, what is this? QPool net chain 210134. I don't know what's going on here at all. Zero knowledge going on there. But let's look at some of the other ETH miners. So let's just actually look at the E9 Pro for an example. E9 Pro, what is your hash rate again? E9 Pro is it 3.68. 368. So let's just see here. 368. Copy. Paste that in. So here we go. So before power, the E9 Pro is sitting at right here. $7.87. And you're missing out on $10, $10, $10, and $11 because Bitmain, for some reason, limited this miner so it couldn't mine any newer coins less than an epoch of 200. I don't know why. They're probably just going to release a new miner so you can buy it instead. But we'll see what happens. What ETF not better than... I'm not sure. ETF is actually... Something's happening with ETF. Who is it? F2 pool or something? I don't know. Pools are starting to get rid of. I think ETF is slowly on the way down to death. Possibly. Pools are starting to quit having ETF pools. A couple days ago, I think it was F2 pool said they were getting rid of ETF. But you know what? We can definitely check it out. Let's add it in here quick and have a look. So let's just copy this in. We'll put it in here. We'll just name this one ETF. It's ETH hash and everything. We got to figure out now ETF. I'm assuming, is it even on here? Fair, Ethereum fair. Okay, so I gotta figure out here average block time 13.3. Yes. What's the block reward of ETF? Anybody know off the top of their head? ETF block time or block reward. I gotta figure this out now. What do we got here? 86,400 seconds in a day. We're gonna divide that by 13.3. So we're getting 649 blocks a day. ETF block. I guess we can try what to mine. Should have the ETF. ETF. Where are you? I'll just type in coins. ETF. There you are. Block reward 1. Okay, so the block reward's only 1. All right, so we're gonna times that by 1, which is easy enough. So 649 coins a day is all this thing is dishing out. 649.62. What's going on here? Why do I have... Oh, I put a comma in there. Oops. It's like, what? Why is it all glitched? There we go. So now we need the price. What is the price of this thing? 10 cents. 10.04. Bam. And network hash rate is sitting at 945 gigahash. 945 gigahash. 945 gigahash. We put that to our mega hash number. Put that in. So this is making... Is that right? Did I mess something up? ETF, I think... What the heck? Is this decimal messing it up? No, it's just $67 is what this coin is paying per day. Wow, ETF is... No wonder it's dying. 26 cents with 3.6 gigahash is what you'd be making. I gotta check some numbers. I might have messed this up. Let's just go back in here. Look again. Okay, 945 gigahash is on the pools. It says 470. I always go with the bigger number here though, but 945 gigahash. 945 gigahash. That's this. Yeah, mega hash for the network. Let's just recheck this. Did I... What the heck? 10 cents for, yeah. 10 cents. 649. Block reward of 1. I don't know. Yeah, this is dead. This is a dead coin. Wow. I can't blame him. Do you guys remember everything? This is Justin Sun's coin. Everything he touches just dies. But you guys remember when he originally, ETF said they were going to start merge mining that Doge W. And then after the testnets and everything happened, they totally changed it and said, no, we're not merge mining. We never said that. It was right in their thing, said they're going to be merge mining it with ETF. Then they said they're not. Then it became its own thing. I don't even know what happened to Doge W anyway. Why would you even need a Doge W? We already have Doge. Like, it's not POS. We don't need Doge POW, Doge POW, when we already have Doge. So anyway, all that happened, and now ETF is obviously on its way out the door. So I don't know if it pumps a little bit, maybe dump some bags before it's probably delisted everywhere. What do we got here for exchanges? I don't know. Yeah, ETF not looking too hot. I'm still wondering if I messed up a number there. I think that's right. I'm gonna go over it again sometime, but yeah, that's low. It sucks. Officially a pump and dump. Yep. Peppy 2.0. Yeah, I saw the Peppy. There's another Peppy pal. Like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? This is insane. But yeah, so there's the coins. There's another main reason why I don't like the E9 Pro. You guys just seen that the coins that are more profitable, it can't even mine. They can't mine them. You're limited. I don't know if that's just a straight ETC deal or something. When they first were merged with the E9 Pro as well, you got to keep in mind, they were doing a lot of, right when they announced their release of it, they were doing a lot of spaces on Twitter and stuff with Ethereum Classic. So it's like they just made this miner for them only. That's it. Done. You know, who cares about everything else? This is for ETC. Sure, it can mine the other epochs after 200, but it's a very limited miner. It's bad. I don't like it. So many people love that miner. I don't know why. It's an absolute horrible disgrace of a miner in my mind. Goes back to being able to mine as many coins as you possibly can, building for everything, not just one or two coins. You know, having the option of being able to say, okay, look, Octospace is more profitable. Oh crap, I can move everything except for that one. That's why I don't want that one. I want to be able to move it all to that one. Anyway, hey, no problem, Hash Force. Thank you for showing up. We have been here for a while. I got to run the town and all that good stuff. But I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. I will see you all in the next one. Tomorrow will be a live AMA, so ask questions, come in, hang out, have some fun stuff. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Rabid out.